Hey, I'm really bad at talking into cameras, so bear with me. But I want to turn you into a concept that I refer to as the human centipede of sadism. I heard some Trump flunky on the radio talking about throwing old people and poor people off Medicaid and Medicare because it would make government more efficient. We fucking know that's a lie. We know that denying people of resources just means that they have to seek those resources elsewhere and at some other time. If you don't take care of people in primary care by paying for it with Medicaid or Medicare, you'll end up treating them in the emergency room. That costs more money. You don't fund early childhood, pre-K education and free lunches. Those kids eventually fall out of the system and become some sort of drag on the system, either through the criminal justice system or as homeless people who seek medical care in the emergency room. We know it's a lie. The numbers are there. You give people a place to live. Homelessness is the first problem you solve. The second problem you solve is chronic substance abuse issues. The third problem you solve is unemployment. You solve problems by throwing resources at them. You don't solve problems by denying them resources. But I can't understand, the thing that's been bothering me is why does this lie exist? And I thought it's sadism. We understand sadism. Most normal people understand sadism in terms of like sadomasochistic relationships, where you have one partner who likes to cause suffering. It gratifies them on some sexual level, and another partner who enjoys suffering, and that gratifies them. That's none of my business. What happens behind closed doors, consenting adults, all that, do your thing, man. But at its most elemental, causing someone pain is just the most basic expression of having power over them. That is sadism. Sadism is about having power over someone else. And the great motivating principle of Trumpism and fascism as a whole is having power over someone else. And so these people take their place in what I call the human centipede of sadism because they like having power over the people beneath them, and they're only accountable to the people that they perceive to be more powerful than them, people who have power over them. And so it's a personality trait, and that suddenly everything clicked in place. Suddenly I understand fascists. Suddenly I understand Trumpism, because there's this idea that the reason you can't hold these people accountable, the reason you can't get them to stop doing things that are incredibly hypocritical, is they don't feel accountable to you because they don't feel accountable to anyone that they perceive to be beneath them. Voters, minorities. It's incredibly important to them to maintain hierarchy, right? Hierarchy is the central motivating factor of everything that they do. That's what racism is, a justification for having power over an entire class of people whose skin is a different color. Classism is having power over people that have less money. And they're obsessed with it. And once you understand that, all of the sort of irreconcilable hypocrisy and things that don't make any sense about their motivation sort of click into focus. It's all about having power. And the reason that you can't hold them accountable, because they don't perceive you as being as powerful as they are. The only people that they have any accountability to is people that they perceive to be their betters. And the reason that people take their place in the centipede is because they suspect, they hope, they desire to advance themselves in that hierarchy at your expense. And once you understand that, homophobia, racism, fascism, they all start to make sense. But it also raises the question of how do you hold these people accountable? And I don't know. But you're not going to fucking stop them by the norms of government and society, because they don't consider themselves accountable to those norms.